Hello everyone and welcome to Star Wars on High. Thank you for stopping by. We are back with another High Republic review, this time on issue 3 of The Blade. And I cannot rave on this series enough. It's just so much fun and it has great humor in it, so let's dive right into issue 3. Issue 3 picks up right at the Battle of Helm's Deep, really, with Firevale worrying about their defense capabilities against Tozin's forces and their reinforcements. The only big concern is the one weak point in the wall, being the main gate. If they focus all of their fire on it, they will be able to get into the city. The assault continues, but Barash insists that she needs more information. She understands that the magistrate may be telling the truth, but she must be certain with everything that is at stake. And while she handles this, Porter is off to stop the forces from outside the walls. All by himself. Porter is an absolute powerhouse and deflects every shot at him, leaping over the army and landing right in the middle of it all, only to talk. Porter's favorite thing. Porter asks them to stop the assault, only long enough to give his sister time to speak with the supposedly kidnapped princess and see what the story truly is. And of course, the new hired mercenary, General Weiss, does not want to wait it out, and hates the fact that a Jedi even showed up to proclaim his self-righteous law on matters that do not concern him. But Tozin agrees, and Porter stays with the army and awaits an update from Barash, who has gotten some pretty unexpected news from the princess once she finally agreed to speak with her. Turns out that the princess did not technically leave of her own free will, but the queen insists that she put everyone's lives in danger by coming to Firevale in search of love. But in reality, Princess Sakatra is pregnant, and if her people found out, they would take the baby from her, knowing that it shared its blood with that of Firevale. And once again, we jump back in time, this time 15 years. I'm not sure what Porter's plan had been, but apparently something on Dantooine went according to plan, and it brought Barash and Porter back together. They really did miss each other a lot, and Barash decides to let Porter in on a little secret. Barash is a cage, and the cage have the ability to have incredible memories. As a result, she remembers everything from her early life before she was taken to the Jedi Order. And while she doesn't regret coming to the temple, she always remembers what she gave up, where she came from, and her family. And she sees her family in Porter and asks if he'd be her older brother from now on. And of course, Porter agrees. Back outside the walls of Firevale, Porter is simply relaxing on a tank when he gets a comm from Barash, explaining that the situation is all wrong and that there is much the Jedi must do if they are to resolve this conflict. First, Porter must convince Tozin's forces to leave the city walls. Of course, no one will listen to one man, especially with General Weiss in Tozin's ear, feeding him more incentive to assault the city head-on. And worst of all, it works, and the city becomes the target. Worried, Sakatra and Colden confront Barash, claiming that she said the siege would be over and that Porter had taken care of everything. And take care of everything he will. Overall, I'm just really sad that this series only has one more issue because I am loving it so far. The characters are great and the artwork is superb. Again, this story being so disconnected from the rest of the main conflict in Phase 2 makes it fresh and allows the audience to get a break while staying in the same point in the timeline. Plus, now that we know what Barash and Porter are capable of in their prime, seeing them later on in the main Phase 2 events will be something else, and I for one cannot wait to see how it all turns out. But what did you think of issue 3? Are you sad to see that there's only one issue left, and do you think Porter's story could continue in another comic? Let me know all of your thoughts in the comments below. As always, thank you to everyone who stuck around to this point in the video, and we hope to see you again very soon.